Okay, I'm back, and I'm here again with Piper. Hi. Yeah, she's carrying a bag of poop around her neck because she decided to go poop while I was out here. She does this every day. Anyway, so it's a beautiful day. Actually, it's chilly. You can see we're in hoodie weather again. Chilly for South Georgia, by South Georgia standards. So today I figured I would tell you about the time that I hit an elk. Yep, I did. And the crazy thing is, I've hit an elk once, but I've actually come pretty close to hitting one quite a few other times, actually. Why does it smell like a skunk out here? Okay, we'll just keep going. So this one particular night, I was out late studying with my son. He needed some help studying math. I know, me help math. Anyway, it was like midnight by the time I was going home. We lived on top of a mountain in Colorado at about 9,200 feet above sea level. Yeah. But at the base of the mountain, there was usually, not usually, sometimes periodically, an elk herd that would hang out. And this particular night, it was really foggy and it was cold, much colder than this. And the speed limit through there is 55 miles an hour. So, I could have gone 55 miles an hour, but there was something, I don't know. I just felt like this presence around me. So I slowed it down to like 25. And as I was going, all of a sudden, two elk ran right in front of me. And I was driving a big black Toyota Sequoia in those days. And so I slammed on the brakes and slid about 25 feet and slid right into one. Well, then he slid probably another 25 feet. Anyway, it felt exactly how you would imagine it would feel. It felt like hitting a brick wall. It really did. It was something. And so, I was pretty mad. I was more mad than anything else. And the front of my Sequoia was all banged in, but it was still drivable. And so the elk, like I said, he slid probably another 25 feet. And then he gets up and he looks at me. And he's like, "What'd you do that for?" And I'm just like, well, I don't see how this is my fault, but okay. So then I started, weaving around him because he wasn't moving. That's one thing. They don't move. I'm yelling at him, screaming, "Move, get out of the road." They're not moving. They don't care. I don't think they're very bright, but they are tasty. So, that's why I'm going down the road. And all of a sudden the fog clears. And there were like 250 of those suckers right in the road. So I, drove around them, yelling at them the whole time. And they're just looking at me like, "You're stupid." Anyway. So I got home, and then the next morning I had to take the girls to school, and I could see when I got down to the bottom of the mountain, I could see there's the elk herd. One of my daughters asked, she's like, "Mom, which one did you hit?" I looked at her and I was like, "The one with the Toyota insignia on its butt."